Santa's a bit late tonight. Welcome to History Through Canadian Numismatics. And today we're going to spend some time with you folks going over the various years from, what was it now, 1999? It's just slipped my mind. What was it last time? I think I'll take a quick look and see what years we're going to cover today. It's what happens when everything is running a little bit on the late side. Oh, here we go. Ah, 1995 through 1999. So as we sit here and see if we get anybody come in onto the live stream, I can spend a little time setting up since it's been one of those crazy days. I think it's going to be one of those days where I'm going to be spending a lot of time trying to play catch up because I've got so much going on these days, as I'm sure everybody's aware. It's just that time of year again. But I pulled out some of my Queen albums here. We'll take a look at them. Again, I use the Vista albums, which are from Lighthouse. And I find they're a very nice way to collect when you're using or you're collecting raw coins. And we'll take a look at some of the years. So it's 95 through 99. Interesting group of years. Let's see what we've got here. Well, I'll take we'll see what we have here. Okay. Audio sounds scratchy. Hello, Evil Arch Conservative. I'm glad you made it. It's one of those funny nights. My elf has bailed on me because he's, of course, he's in the UK, so it's quite late. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's a 1995 Canadian dime. What a beautiful dime. This is one of the proof dimes. Quite pretty. That 95 dime. 123,875,000 of them made. And those are the ones in circulation. This is an uncirculated one. Well, there weren't quite as many of those, but those are quite pretty. Oh yeah. PlayStations, Pogs. Oh, I remember the Pogs, Beanie Babies, Sky Dancers, and Baby All Gone. We'll take a look and see what Wiki says here. (1995) was a common year starting on Sunday of the Gregorian calendar, the 1995th year of the Common Era, CE, or Anno Domini, designations, and the 995th year of the second millennium, the 95th year of the 20th century, and the 6th year of the 1990s decade. It's also 95 was the United Nations Year for Tolerance. Wonder if Mrs. C ever read that. Oh, what do we got here? July 23rd, 1995, comet Hale-Bopp is discovered and becomes visible to the naked eye nearly a year later. I actually remember that. Hard to believe. In 1995's Toy Story was released. I can't believe it was that long ago. Oh, this is a beautiful coin. Let's see if I can pop that out of there. It's the 1995 Canadian quarter. Again, this is a proof one. It's always nice when you have an album you can get the coins this sort of condition. Very, very pretty. And in 1995, 89,210,000 of the circulated quarters were made. Oh, 1995. Yes, one of my sons was actually in Bosnia during that time, when they were dealing with the Bosnian Serb genocide, crimes against humanity. There was an international criminal tribunal that was set up in the former Yugoslavia. The gas he discovered is the first major star apart from the sun to have a planet orbiting around it. Here's the Indianapolis 5. I always look forward to this one. Jacques Villeneuve wins the 1995 Indianapolis 500. In 1995, Jacques Chirac was elected president of France. And the STS-71 Space Shuttle Atlantis docks with the Russian Mir space station for the first time. Oh, hey, remember this very well. Windows 95 was released. Darren, come on up. The link is in the chat. Okay, we'll take a look at my favorite ones, the 50-cent coins. Oh, yes. Let me get that so that you can see that really well. Here's your 1995 50-cent piece. Again, keeping in mind the 50-cent pieces were not in circulation. Yeah, that's a pretty coin. And of course, being that they were not put into circulation, the mintage wasn't that high, but the 95, we're looking at 626,000 of those coins were made. Let's see, we got you there yet? Nope, he's not there yet. Either that or Darren is doing his sideline business, but like I say, you're always welcome to come up. What else happened in 95? Oh my goodness, it was that long ago. O.J. Simpson was found not guilty of the double murder of the deaths of his former wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and Ronald Goldman. Would love to find some happy news in here. Hey, Coin Junkie, welcome aboard. Okay. Let's take a look at 1996. We'll slip over there. All right, 1996. Okay, we'll start off with our dimes. Okay, the dime I have to show you tonight for 96 is one in circulated condition. This is the 1996. Okay, the younger, sorry, it's they call it the young hand or old effigy. Oh, you're welcome. In the 96 dime. '96 dime had 51,814,000 made. '96 was a leap year starting on Monday with the Gregorian calendar. The 1996 year of the Common Era, the 96 year of the second millennium, and the 96 year of the 20th century. 1996 was designated as the International Year of the Eradication of Poverty. Evil Arch Conservatives writes, 1996, Monterey, California, Bubba Gump Shrimp Company opens first and only casual restaurant based on a movie. Yes, and you can find Bubba Gump Shrimp Company restaurant in West Edmonton Mall right here in Edmonton. Rather expensive, but the food's good. I have colored dimes for 2021, yes. That Trans-Siberian Orchestra is actually quite nice. Yes, 96, Dolly the sheep, first mammal cloned from an adult somatic cell, was born in Scotland. 96, well, they probably got Dolly has made haggis out of it by now. Poor Dolly. The North Cape oil spill occurred in 96, and an Indonesian ferry sunk off the northern tip of Sumatra, which was quite a terrible disaster. Yasser Arafat was re-elected president of the Palestinian Authority in 96. again, one of the sad things about looking at the historical documents is most of it is all the tragedies and stuff, because bad news tends to sell, which is really sad. Buddy Laser wins the 1996 Indianapolis 500. Where are you, Dimebag? I thought you'd be coming up here by now. Oh, did you actually got some from the bank? Well done. If you can get them for face value, that's great. I'm not quite sure what the auto pro. You know, unfortunately, because of my equipment here, I haven't got the greatest audio in the world right now, and I will correct that. Hopefully, some of my family members, my little cosling, let's say this right, clauslings, hear what I've been yearning for with my videos. I'm looking for a connector for my camera. I'm playing around with the sound here, so if it goes funny, you'll know why. There. Does that sound okay? You sound a little bubbly. Well, I'm not on the bubbly. What are you talking about, Darren? Okay, I've seen that one. Let's see. Oh, my 50-cent pieces. 1996. That's a pretty one, too. You know, that's, again, I still strive to get the nicest coins I can find for my albums. That's a pretty handsome looking coin there. 1996 50-cent piece. Of course, it's a proof. Okay. And we got, oh, Jack Allman. Hello, Jack. I would say hi, Jack. So I'm not near an airplane, so I'm fine. What else happened during 1996? Oh, Robert Mugabe is re-elected as president of Zimbabwe, although only 32% of the electorate actually voted. Wonder how he managed that. The Halifax Regional Municipality in Nova Scotia was created in 1996. And the FBI arrested Theodore Kaczynski, the suspected Unabomber, at his cabin in Lincoln, Montana. Yeah, they are nice coin books, Jack, and they are available in Canada and the United States. They're the Vista albums by Lighthouse. This is the lesser grade ones for the cover. They got some beautiful ones, but they're double the price. So, you know, if you want to spend $35 Canadian each, or, you know, whatever, I think these are $17 or $18 each. Okay, let's move on to 1997. It's going pretty quick without my elf here. Of course, we started fairly late tonight. I say, jump in, guys. If you have any historical information that you want to share with us, please do. Anyone that does contribute will get a coin, up to 3 people. And so far, well, I've got one person that's been contributing. Anybody else want to contribute? By all means, I'll put your name on the list. We'll get you sent out a coin. So what we're here for is to understand the history that was going on during the time that these coins were minted. We're going to talk about 1997 now. 1997 dimes in Canada. The one I have here is a circulated sample. My kids had a ball with those things. We played a game that was based on the Tamagotchi. We called it the Tamagotchi chicken. And what we did is we would take a raw egg and put it in one of those surgical gloves, blow it up, and I would tie the kids' feet together and put a snowshoe on one foot and a ski on the other, and give the children an egg in this blown up balloon. It looked like a chicken because it had the fingers on it, and they had to do a race course. And if they could do the race course without dropping the Tamagotchi chicken and breaking the egg inside, they won a prize. Oh, I think we got somebody in there now. Where are you? Hello, Dime Bag. There we go. We're going to add you to the stream.
Luck is a wondrous place. Hi, everyone.
And we'll set this up so it's a better setup here.
I was thinking now that I'm here, you should pop in and out once to see if your audio gets better. You stay big like that, too. Talk.
It's 1997.
Yeah, it's still bubbly.
I don't understand. It doesn't sound bubbly on this end. Bubbly.
Yeah, along with everything you say is a little bit of background crackle. That's a little bit unusual.
Really?
I went to a bunch of other YouTube channels quickly and played like sources other than you, and it's just you. So I think it's you. You're on the phone. You're using the phone, right?
I'm using the phone, yeah.
Can you leave, like literally log right out and then come back? It won't. The stream won't end.
I can try.
Do it. We'll be right back. We'll be right here while Santa, gets his sleigh rails in order. Get to put some wax on the sleigh rail. But something with the audio there was not quite right with the connection. I don't know if any of the other people heard it, but some little schmidge. We can get Santa to, there we go, disconnect the phone there for a moment and then reconnect. Is that where your audio is coming from, the phone, Santa? I hope so. He doesn't hear me, or maybe he does. I don't know. But we do see one camera on it. So he's got one going on the... There we go. Now we see. We're doing the infinite...
Shall I say something?
Oh, that's much better.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that's much better.
Good.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Could hang you up on the wall here again.
Oh, technology, you sucketh fully.
So is that 97 dimes I was talking about? Okay.
I bought myself something, Santa. If this was on the list, you can take it off because I saw it on a Black Friday and I couldn't resist. I've always rolled with like the $9.99 mouse on a cord, or maybe the $15 mouse on a that was wireless or whatever. But I always wanted, and at one time in the past, I bought one of these trackball mouse. In fact, how it worked is I found a trackball mouse, this one, not this one, but one exactly this model, on Craigslist cheap. And I always wanted one because I don't like my wrist gets sore. So I bought one from this lady. It was good for a while, but I could tell why she sold it because the buttons were, a little bit iffy. So ends up that she bought herself a new one, and so she sold me her old one half price, which was still not that great of a deal, honestly. They're brand new, $60 Canadian. So I think I paid 25 or 30, and I found out how much I loved it. So I bought this one, and I bought this one new, and I paid the full price of 60 or, yeah, I want to say $60. And I use this one until the buttons are starting to like not be reliable for me.
Right.
So I can see what happens with these. The buttons wear out. This is the Logitech M570. And I tell you, if you get the ball and the wheel on the one thing and it's wireless, this is a really good thing. The thing is, the better replacement for it is this. And I couldn't afford this because this is $150 worth of mouse. And I'll spend that's 10 mice where I live. But Black Friday brought it down to 100, and then so whatever. Here it is, my new wireless mouse, and it is really cool. You don't have to move it around on the table. Once you set it down, it doesn't got to move at all, and it's a real treat. So I don't know if any of you have ever experienced this. For gaming and whatever, it's no good whatsoever, but for everything else in the whole wide world of computing.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, it's super.
Yeah, looks like something that should fly.
If your wrist has ever hurt you from mouse use, there's your answer.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's interesting how Mother Teresa only died, within 5 days after Princess Diana.
Well, one of those coinky dinks, I'm sure, but we lost two people close by one another. Honored with a state funeral in India. Ari Leyendijk wins his second Indianapolis 500 in 1997. I remember Ari Leyendijk. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shiner. What year is that one from?
That's a 97. We're on the 97 right now.
Very nice. Yeah, that's a proof with a deep
that's
cameo.
Proof. Yeah. Whenever I replace coins in my album, I always replace them with a specimen or a proof.
Got it.
I like shiny.
Actually, I'm just filling the album the first time, but I'll do exactly that too. Once I've gotten the album filled out with just, run of the mills, then we'll make them nicer where we can.
And it's interesting, from 1997 through 1999, it's unknown what the mintages were. Interesting. Maybe it's in. I'll have to check the Charlton and see, because it's not in this one. What else? We've seen some interesting facts that happened. 97.
Well, that's a nice thing to know. On this day, on this day? Are you sure it's this day? I found a little article. It says on this day. I don't know if it's this day, or this article's publishing day. It said on this day in 1997, Canada was on the top of the world, or at least on top of the United Nations annual ranking of best places to live in the world. CTV News archival features proud moment for Canada on June 12th. Well, it's not exactly, but 1997. Then National News anchor Lloyd Robertson hailed the UN ranking as a report card to be proud of. It's not quite straight A's, but Canada is still the head of the class, Robertson said. In fact, we're number one in the world. Good old 1997. That's where we were in the rankings. And that was a day, 1997.
And that's the way we were.
And that's the way we barely remember being. 1997.
The 1997 $50.
Clad and Purdy.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's pretty. That's it.
I wondered why we never ever used those. I thought to myself as a kid that we should have, but
yeah.
What do I know?
Yeah, this one here is a specimen.
Looks like it was an election year. A lot of stories I'm finding have to do with the election. What?
Phil Fontaine was elected head of the Assembly of First Nations in 97.
Prime Minister John Chrétien said, I used pepper on my steak, huh? Pepper spray, huh? No pepper spray. I used pepper on my steak, huh? One ounce silver round comment got on our mail call 8 video. Thank you, Treasure Fam. I think Mayor is letting us know to go and make a comment, maybe. I think that's what he's kind of giving you heads
Absolutely.
up on.
He's got a great channel.
Heads up on a 1 ounce there from our good friend. Thank you, sir. Mm-mm-mm.
'97, the scandal wrecks. Saskatchewan Progressive Conservative Party is mothballed. I wonder what I don't know the details on that one, but.
Ralph Klein ran in Alberta with a lot of oil money behind him, putting together a fund that would serve very well that province for years to come. Glenn Clark ran British Columbia at the time.
Yeah, the Alberta Heritage Trust Fund used to have billions of dollars in it. It doesn't anymore.
Yeah, that's thanks to that guy, pretty much. Now, it was a thing. In fact, in the election of that year, Ralph Klein's party won an 8th consecutive majority government. So everybody knew who they wanted. He was a very popular premier when it came to ensuring that money was there, but he wasn't very good with things like healthcare. And he let that slip. But overall, he was a pretty good premier. Our girl Danielle House was forced to give up her Miss Canada International title after pleading guilty to assault. Well, go out and kick some butt and oops. Well, let's move on to the next year, shall we? We're looking at 1998. See how fast it goes when Dale isn't here? He has a lot. He's got cool coins from. Oh, he's got great coins. We'll look at 1998. 1998. 1998 was a unique year for Canadian dimes. You had one that was in circulation. Pop that out of there. This one is been well circulated. There's your, that's your 98. I think I remember that. Okay, now this is just the standard 98. There's nothing super spectacular about it. Oh, I think I understand why they don't have any record of it, because they were doing all kinds of weird and wonderful things, like they came out with the 1998 W. And the W was one that was issued proof-like only. And the W in Canada, for those of you that don't know it, stands for Winnipeg. Yeah. This was the year of the big ice storm that took down the power lines. 35 died and nearly 1,000 injured in the ice storm that made Canadian history. One of our worst natural disasters. I remember that. Didn't happen where I was at. Happened back east where it was horrible, but it was serious. Where was I in 98? I escaped. Trees got so heavily burdened with ice that they literally fell apart and came crashing down on things below, and heavily too. Bad times.
Christmas of 1998, I spent as a hospital constant in 2 West of the Misericordia Hospital taking care of psychiatric patients.
The Misericordia Hospital in Winnipeg.
No, that was in Edmonton.
Oh. Okay. There's a hospital by the same name in Winnipeg.
Oh, is that right?
There is. I was born there. That's how I know.
This is the 1998 quarter. This is a proof.
Toronto and 6 other communities were merged into the giant mega city now known as the, what do they call it? The Greater Toronto Area? GTR or GTA? GTA.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. 3 different avalanches in British Columbia killed a total of 9 people. So when it says watch out for falling rock, we're not kidding. The federal government apologizes another time for past mistreatment of the First Nations. We'll never get done doing that.
Yeah. This is a 1998 W, again made in Winnipeg, and this is a specimen.
I remember that. 3 girls, all under 18, were found guilty in Victoria, British Columbia, of drowning 14-year-old Rena Verk. I remember that so vividly.
Oh my goodness, that's terrible.
Yeah, that was a big, big thing around here. Yeah, even when she came up, the one girl who was mostly found responsible came up for her parole.
Mm-hmm.
I think she actually got it, and now she's living under a different name and trying to make a life. But wow.
I never knew Mikhail Gorbachev was into acting.
He is he? Smoking banned in California bars now. That's a big step.
Very big. Wonder if that's still the case.
Members of the Royal Newfoundland Constabulary are permitted sidearms for the very first time. Wow.
I love that album with John Tesh.
Sidearms for the very first time?
No.
John Tesh and the Christmas Symphony.
No.
The Toronto Dominion and Canadian Imperial Bank became one in this year. Which kind of, I don't know, doesn't really matter in a way.
There's a 1998 $50 specimen.
Wow, I remember that too. The Federal Department of Fisheries and Oceans literally shut down the BC fishery. It was like, no, you cannot fish for any salmon unless you're an Indigenous person with a reason. Look at that gorgeous coin, eh? I wish it focused up sharp, but it's gorgeous nonetheless. Can't miss that. Remember a big explosion at the Irving oil refinery? I think that was
I hope it wasn't caused by anything I did when I worked there.
There was. It said 1 person is killed by an explosion at an Irving oil refinery. The Canadian dollar plunges all month in August. That sucks when that happens. Forest fires threaten Salmon Arm. Pilots for Air Canada have a strike. And Swiss Air Flight 111 crashes off of Peggy's Cove in Nova Scotia. 20,000 protest Canada's new gun registry at Parliament Hill.
Yeah, that didn't go over very well.
That seems like an interesting thing. That seems unusual. You wouldn't think that on October 14th, Canada's first diamond mine opens in the Northwest Territories. I would think that would have happened maybe earlier at some time, but is what it says here.
Yeah.
Wikipedia could be a lie.
Thanks for stopping by, Marlon.
Marlon, see you later, bud. He takes care of babies.
Eddie Cheever wins the 1998 Indy 500.
Eddie Cheever. Yeah, remember that? Liked Eddie Cheever. He was a good driver and not dirty. I'll be home for Christmas. Oh, can't sing.
I'll be home for Christmas. I'm trying to remember who it was that starred in that one.
And a good day was had by all.
It's very true.
What's that theme song they co-opted for the? Do you remember what it was? I can't remember. They had it in all their commercials. Something like a happy day or whatever. All right. I'm with you.
All right, let's move on to 1999, folks, shall we?
2000.
1999 was an interesting year.
We got the party like it was 1999. As it was.
Yeah, 1999. A lot of people were worried about midnight New Year's Eve. That's for sure.
Well, a lot of people were saying it may be this and it may be that. I never put any weight in any of that, honestly.
Yeah. Here's the 1999 Canadian dime. Again, this is in circulated condition.
That was the year we created the territory we now know as Nunavut.
Hard to believe it was that long ago. $1999 was the year that they came out with the dimes that are unique in that they had the letter P on them.
P? What does P mean?
And the P indicates they were made. They weren't supposed to be released out into the public because they were made as test pieces for vending machines.
Mm.
But you find them; they have a little P underneath the neck of the queen.
Experimental.
Yeah, issued. They're only issued for testing. And the 1999 dimes, they made a lot of them. They're well over 200,000 of each. What do we got here? Canada gets their fair share of avalanches. They had an avalanche in Quebec.
Yeah.
An area called Kangaspu.
That one covered a gymnasium full of kids, actually. It was one of the saddies.
Bill Clinton dedicated the new embassy of the United States in Ottawa.
Bill Clinton? Like, what? I don't know. Aladdin Hotel and Casino imploded in Las Vegas, imploded to make room for a new one.
If you ever get a chance, they got a lot of those videos showing all the different old hotels and casinos that they blew up there. They even make those spectacles. Okay. 1999, when it came to Canadian quarters, was unique because in 1999, not only did they do the regular quarter, they also did the test quarter, which is has the P on it, but they also did a series for each month of the year.
They sure did.
So it made for a large number of, I'd have to show you the whole page here. It makes for a whole page of different quarters. So 1999 is really a cool year to collect Canadian quarters because we got commemoratives up the hoop.
I'm still looking for one or two for my books. They're not as easy to find these days as one might
No,
think.
it's a bit challenging. But yeah, the quarters were awesome. And of course, again, 99, they didn't put down the mintage because we couldn't keep track of it for some reason. And what do we got here? We got, isn't that interesting to coincide with Canadians? They did the 1999, the first year of the America State Quarter set. So the U.S. and Canada seem to have gotten onto the same playing field here. Popular toys. Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I like that game. Skeletrix, AFX Vertigo set, Nintendo Game Boy, Camera, and Tyco Rebound. Boy, did I ever miss out on a lot. I was too old to be into that stuff even then.
I played Rebound.
Tour de France. Lance Armstrong wins first of 7 consecutive Tour de France titles, but is later disqualified for drug cheating.
Like everybody he beat. But oh well, what are you going to do?
Okay. Not sure why they did that. Why would they issue a P? Oh, let's get that through there. A P for $0.50. Okay. There's another pretty one. This is 1999. This is a regular. Again, these were not put out for circulation. This one is a specimen.
You cannot get them in rolls. They did not make them.
So here's, you got the specimen. But then they come out and says, well, let's do a 1999 P that's issued just for testing. Well, do you know how many vending machines would take these?
I don't know of any.
I don't think any of them did. That's a P one.
James D says the euro became the official currency for 12 European nations: Austria, Belgium, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Ireland, Italy, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Portugal, and Spain. Doing the euro thing. Still have a bunch of Canadian coins back from 89 to 2000. Dates may vary. From when I was a server in the Seattle area, I still need to dig them out.
Well, there you go, Patty. If you that's a good start to get your Canadian collection going. James, it doesn't matter. There's so many resources to look up the information. That's the fun part about this. We're reviewing the history that went on during the time each year was minted. So what went on? Well, if you weren't born then, I guess you have to look it up. So you got Wikipedia, you got, well, in my case, I've got encyclopedias, you got all kinds of resources that you could use.
Google is your friend. Kenny Brock wins the 1999 Indianapolis 500. In November, students from nearby Willamette University protested good-naturedly when they learned that Mr. Potato Head and Barbie's friend Ken were not inducted into the Toy Hall of Fame. Seems unreasonable. Feel like I'm getting poked in the face by Santa.
So it was that far back.
Oklahoma tornado outbreak spawns 140 tornadoes, including an F5 at Moore, Oklahoma, highest wind speed ever recorded, quite devastating to many dear friends. Wow. That's a tornadoes. Edmonton knows a little bit about them. Not too many places in Canada get tornadoes. Edmonton had a good one back in the day.
That would have been 87.
Batten down the trailer park. We're going for a ride.
All right, what else we got here? We've got I got married in 1999. Wasn't there a TV show called 1999?
Space 1999.
Space 1999.
Yeah, it was a British show from ITV or ITC back in the day, and pretty interesting, a lot of fun. They had a nuclear dump on the moon as a storage facility for the world's nuclear dump requirements, and it exploded with such force that it knocked the moon out of its orbit with the base on it, and there they are flying through space on the moon as their detached from Earth satellite of itself. That's the story of Space 1999.
Oh.
They can't go back. There is no Earth. They have their moon and their ships that they've already got and whatever else they have. Interesting premise anyway. Yeah, it was a good show at the time.
Okay, we're going to take a quick glance and see who all's done contributing here. Got some really good ones.
What I really, really like, I'd like to see something come of it and maybe come back, is What's My Line? I just love that show. I watch it in old reruns. You see the old stars that you think of, the old stars, but you see them as young people. Like Jonathan Winters is a brand new comic, you know, people like that. Pretty amazing.
They wouldn't get away with some of the stuff they say, though, that they said back then now.
No, not at all. What's our love? Miss White, the comedian lady. What's her name? Betty White? Betty White.
Betty White, yeah.
I want to see Betty White as an ingenue. What's my line? She's on it. There's this one really smart little lady. Her name is Dorothy Kilgallen. And every time somebody comes
I remember her.
She asks all the right questions. The problem is, in real life, she asked all the right questions, too, as an intrepid reporter. And she pissed somebody off. And one evening, Miss Kilgallen met with half of her last name in some tragic thing that happened that I don't think was ever fully figured out. But somebody knocked her off. She was the girl who knew too much. Martha Vineyards playing Crash Killing John F. Kennedy Jr. Wow. Martha's Vineyards, actually. Yes. JF, and there was somebody else on there, was there not? Somebody else that was famous?
Wasn't his fiance on there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Evil Arch says the first episode of Space 1999 is his favorite. Yeah. I don't know if anybody knows who killed her. Betty White is a legend, period. Not just a game show legend. He's a legend. She's legend.
I'm getting my bucket.
Uh-oh.
Having reviewed the ones that I'm most impressed with, you're automatic, Darren, because you came up to help.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do here is, and I'll add that in with your dimes you're waiting for.
I can only be automatic in one with one rule attached, and that is you can't draw something I put in the bucket.
Okay. Oh, that's right too.
I'm not going to send you stuff to have you send it back. I did a little extra little bucket top off there for Santa there. He's got some good stuff. I had some stuff I wanted to make a little drop in the bucket. So.
Okay. We got the bucket here. First draw is going to be for Evil Arch Conservative.
Hey.
Okay. Evil Arch Conservative gets a dime bag quarter.
Which one?
He gets the I should use my loop so I can read this.
That's a good one.
So, I think it's a 2017. Hello.
I
remembered my loop. Loops are handy.
Yeah. They certainly are. I'm just gonna reach.
It's the 2017.
Have a loop.
And it's a colorized one, and it's got turtles and.
Oh, that's that one. Yeah. I don't know what they call that, honestly.
Yeah, that's.
Canada's 150th anniversary.
Where are you?
There's a name for it, but it is one from our 150th. That's for sure.
Okay, so that's slated for Evil Arch Conservative. Nothing like getting a colorized commemorative quarter. Patty, I'm going to do yours next, Patty.
Hi, Patty. Thank you for chipping in, Patty. You had some good stuff to read there. I would have thought
Patty gets the same one.
Wow, that's pretty consistent.
It is.
There it is.
Courtesy of Dimebag Darren Lowe.
Sweet.
And
send them out.
James D, you get on board because you actually added to it. And we'll see what we get here. And you got the Stanley Cup one. That's a nice one. It's
cool.
I think I'd always remember the year.
Otherwise, the Stanley Cup doesn't mean so much to anyone.
2017 Stanley Cup.
Good to be a fan.
For a quarter. That's a nice one. So James D, you do that. I'm going to put in my email address. I'll put my email address. This was for the draw.
Nice.
And that way you guys can send me your address so I can get these out to you.
All I need is the dime. Grab me a dime. So Santa, I bought myself a brand new, I've been coveting for a while, new audio interface. And I put in the audio interface program into the computer and it was working fine. And then I took my old audio interface and I uninstalled it from the computer and the new one stopped working fine.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. I mean, it still technically works because it's working right now, but the fancy interface with all the gizmos and gadgets, that isn't working. So for now, this is still keeping me on the air, but I've got a trouble ticket in with the company. We'll see how responsive they are, and I will make a note of it on my channel because I told people to buy this thing, so they better be good about what we need.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm starting to give everybody hints of what I need. I've got this little setup here.
Oh my!
It's
fancy looking, that's for sure.
It's a Coolpix.
So you got the HDMI output?
It has full HD, wide, 42 times optical zoom, and it says it's
okay, so those hatches, there's rubber hatches on the side that you're looking at right
now.
Yeah,
it's got the HDMI flippy thingies here.
So the wire that would plug in there has got to get into the computer, HDMI to a connection. Now, the thing that lets you plug it into the computer is there's a few different things that can do that. It kind of depends on what you want to do going forward as to what route you should take there.
Right.
The least expensive route is this thing called HDMI to USB adapter, and you can get one as cheap as $20. So you don't have to buy
Mhm.
you don't have to buy an Elgato Camlink, which is exactly the same thing except the name brand.
I was thinking of going to McBain Camera or someplace like that where they could help me, but
I would say, again, what you need is the adapter that goes from HDMI to USB. I would go on Amazon and I would find the $20 one, and I'd have it delivered to your house in a day. That's what I would do. You'll need the wire, HDMI wire, right? You may pick up one of those that's long enough.
mhm.
The longer they are, the bigger and thicker they get. So
The other thing is a mic. I need to get a decent mic in instead of using the phone.
yes.
I'll get there.
Do you have a mic stand at all? Like over the years, have you ever
No, I
own
don't.
one? Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, just trying to set it up. I can see everybody here.
What are you barking at, Dodgy?
I have an idea, but I'll share it with you off of live. Just
Okay. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out. BC Treasure Trails pops in at the last second. Yeah, there's lots of really good channels out there to raid tonight. It's one of those nights.
I haven't looked recently. Who's out there? Some things are such a weird shape to ship. It makes it hard.
Yeah, we'll see who's got on there. Yeah, came on very late tonight, so we didn't get quite as many people in as we normally would.
Are you familiar with any of the music stores in your local area?
Just the ones. Well, there's one. What is it called? It took over from HMV, Sunrise Records, I think they call
No,
it.
I'm more thinking of Long and McQuaid or Axe Music.
I'm familiar with Axe Music.
Okay, let me just see here. I've been a customer of theirs. Swan song for old Axe Music location as Long and McQuaid probably took right over. Opens new story. Yep.
Yeah.
So Axe is gone and Long and McQuaid took over, which is fair enough because Long and McQuaid is kind of where I would go first anyway these days.
I see Storm and CA and Maya's Coins is up tonight. They got a live going on.
Yeah. When was that? Back in 2019.
All right. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming out. Darren, you're going to hang in for a few minutes here, and we'll chit chat. And again, don't forget to put in your address so I can send you out your coins. And we'll meet back here on Wednesday, hopefully at 5:30. The normal time is 5:30 daylight savings time now. So we'll see you then. So, welcome and goodbye.